We are back on trail late this morning after spending last night at Papa Smurf and Mountain Mama's house. They had HBO, so I watched some Game of Thrones, which was awesome. We ended up meeting up with Robin, who has officially accepted the trail name Watercolors. You're welcome. And Mike, who today has to go home because he has a leg injury that isn't healing. But it ended up being a late night, so we slept in a bit this morning. I think we're just gonna do 9 miles to the next trailhead that goes back into Big Bear and try and get a place a little closer to town for the night so that we can bop around and do some town things. We decided to go back into Big Bear yesterday from a place called Van Dusen Road, which is an old mining road. So we actually had a really hard time getting off of the trail into town yesterday and had to walk most of the road, which is like 2 to 3 miles down to pavement, and then stayed at a hotel that advertises that they take you to the store and take you back to the trail, and they actually explicitly told us they would take us all the way back to the trail, and then they didn't, and they didn't take us to the store last night. We barely got to the store this morning. While sitting at the Starbucks in the grocery store, met some of the most incredible people just throughout the day that wanted to talk to us just because we were hikers. The last person that we talked to, he offered to go home and get his pickup truck so he could drive us back up to this trailhead. I discovered a snag in my sleeping bag this morning. So we're fixing it with tenacious tape. I cut off a little piece and stick it. There we go. There's no such thing as a sleeping bag where there's a permanent snag. All the manufacturers say we have the only snaggle zipper in the industry. That's false. There's no such thing. If there's a zipper, it's gonna catch. Just got to be more careful. Never did I ever think I would do this. Left my trekking poles sitting right here by the trail.
Got a pretty cool bridge here. Deep Creek Bridge. Check her out.
Good morning from Splinter's Cabin Pavilion. Camped under the bridge last night, and it's raining this morning, so we're doing breakfast in the pavilion.
It's pretty cold.
It's so cold.
But we got gin-gins, so we're ready to hike.
Today, Ed Beard and I have been dating for 1 year.
We found some lovely hot springs. Made for a good break spot. Got in, we actually got too hot. Now it's time to go back and hike. That is a dam spillway that we actually walk over. That dirt patch area to the right. So the first thing we had to do today was cross this river. So we're drying our feet off. Got some sunscreen application because the sun is coming out.
So it's thundering up there. That's coming straight for us. Contemplating hiding out in these big tubes, aside from the fact that they're made of metal. And just on the hill behind me are those big thunderclouds, and as we were climbing the hill, of course, when we were right next to the power lines that are over my head, lightning was striking in the distance. But we're racing to try and get to a picnic area that we think has a pavilion and some bathrooms somewhere where we can hide from the storm and have lunch.
So we have a mile or so till we get to the picnic shelter. Hopefully we can get there before the storm does.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day from the PCT.
So yesterday, kind of spent the afternoon dodging some spotted thunderstorms. We went to a picnic shelter when we got there as it started raining. So we hung out there for a bit.
We decided to keep hiking after the rain stopped, even though we had friends there who were ordering pizza and beer, and I really wanted to stay. Eddie really wanted to hike, and where we had intended to hike to was only like, I don't know, 4 more miles. And we got there and it was full. And so we ended up hiking, I don't know, 7 or 8 more miles, which put us at a 22-mile day yesterday. We found a place to camp next to the trail, and we were pretty darn tired.
Today is, we're gonna do 6.4 to Cajon Pass, where there's a McDonald's. It's McDonald's, but Jinjin's excited for it. I might get a milkshake.
I personally am looking forward to an apple pie, a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and some sort of frozen caffeinated drink. McDonald's is that way. Solid day at McDonald's. We got here at like just before 11 and it's now 4:30. I got bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich twice, and iced vanilla coffee twice, and apple pie twice.
We were at that McDonald's forever, which is great because now it's cool. We're gonna hike about 12 more miles, which will give us a good position to get into Wrightwood tomorrow and probably take a 0. But first things first, the climb out of Cajon Pass, which is all uphill, and we got 6 liters of water because there's really no water for like the next 25 miles or so. So that's gonna be fun.
That train is still going. This is Cajon Pass.
We did some night hiking till about 9:45 or so last night. Very stressful because all over the trail there was poison oak and poodle dogbush and made for very slow going. But we got here, we slept, and now we're about to hike 17.5 miles to Wrightwood.
You're blocking the view.
I am the view. From here, you could see all the way back to San Jacinto and past that. I mean, goodness, you can see about the last 2 weeks of the trail from here. It's pretty cool.
I am sufficiently exhausted. We were hoping to get to the road by 4. It is now 6 minutes past 4, and I still have 6/10 of a mile left to hike, which isn't terrible, but man, I am so ready to be done for the day and for tomorrow even, because if all goes well in Wrightwood, we will be taking a 0.
Walking through Wrightwood.
Sometimes we put ham, too. Wish to Maria, Sarah.
And there we go.
Ja, plan.